I've got more crypto news than you can handle. I'm Vosk, you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, your number one source for everything crypto. Mining Disrupt is back.
I'm back.
Again this year, November 11th to 13th, the world's biggest Bitcoin mining expo. And this time, it's in Texas, just minutes from the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. Check it out with the link out in the video description below. A cryptocurrency whale earned millions of dollars shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum right before Friday's crash. And they're back at it and deny being a Trump insider. Short 340 million. Previously shorted 700 million BTC and 350 million ETH. That's $1 billion, dude. Made a cool 200 million. Oh my God. Binance, strong trading infrastructure, had some deep pegging. Due to the market fluctuations over the last 16 hours, substantial influx of users encountered issues with their transactions. They apologize for it. They say Binance won't shy away from it and that they will analyze and provide compensation accordingly. Way to step up, Big B. Can the US actually break into Asia's Bitcoin mining hardware grip? Charles on the Miner Mag breaks this down as basically the perks of having more Bitcoin mining hardware. There would be more openness, repairability, and reliable support just as a matter of efficiency. Currently, Bitcoin miners in particular, but of course all ASIC miners, are stuck in a hamster wheel. Big bucks or costly upgrades just to keep pace. Firmware they can't escape that they work harder and harder to lock down. Maybe a US presence could change that dynamic. But I'm sorry, Charles, the US has sold out the United States citizens. We don't make hardly anything, and we certainly don't make any technology. I love the idea and the concept, but it's nothing short of a pipe dream.
China
is set to be the next world superpower. While we get taxed effectively 50% from our income to paying personal property tax to buying things with taxed money and then continuing to pay tax on them in perpetuity to arguing about our pronouns and our genders. So no, I don't think that we are going to be a manufacturing powerhouse in anything. We're late stage Rome. But Mr. Chong has a great point. The biggest cost driver in mining is electricity, actually, not hardware. And power prices vary in all different ways. So the number one way to gain an advantage here is to secure an incredible electricity rate or start generating your own power. And I think that is the only ace in the hole, if you will. You a gold bug? Well, congratulations. Gold just hit an all-time high, trading over $4,100. Why didn't I buy the golden maple leaf before it was too late? Just for me, out of everything, I'm not buying gold at all-time high. I'm just not. I've had to wait my whole life to see it hit an all-time high. I'm not buying it at all-time high. I don't have another life to live. I only get one. $4,100 an ounce, though. That's pretty crazy. What I think is more interesting than the actual spot gold price, though, is just going to be things like gold ETFs, right? Because I'm interested in getting gold and precious metal exposure in this hyperinflation, doomsday type global economy scenario without actually having to deal with too much physical gold, right? Because it makes you target, for one, it's hard to move around, secure, all that. But really, good luck ever selling your gold at spot price, right? You go in and they give you like melt value. A lot of people don't understand. Maybe they've never dealt with precious metals. But dude, you pay a premium to buy it and then you get kind of ripped off when you sell it. Unless you have something cool, collectible, and maybe like a one-on-one trade. But if you've got some solid net worth, good luck. Good luck dealing with gold and other precious metals in volume. I have some precious metal, but it's not much, and it's more because I'm just a human that likes a shiny thing with a value. Then I think it's actually such an awesome inflation hedge. But financial vehicles like gold ETFs and many other things like that, now those are interesting ways to inflation hedge and get more upside exposure in these, to be frank, kind of terrible times. Bitmine Immersion BMNR announces ETH holdings exceeding 303 million tokens. Total crypto and cash 12.9 billion. Bitmine Immersion sounds like an immersion Bitcoin miner, but GFY they're not. Not anymore. They own greater than 2.5% of the ETH token supply. Crypto, cash holdings, and moonshots. It's the 22nd most traded stock in the US according to this PR report. They proudly boast being the #1 Ethereum treasury and second global treasury behind none other than MicroStrategy, who owns 640,000 Bitcoin at 73 billion and probably paid near 70 billion for it, with some of the worst timed buys in Bitcoin's history. And don't get it twisted. Go ahead and pump the bag, Saylor.
There is no second best.
If strategy turns on Bitcoin and us and they say, okay, time to cash in, if that's even possible at that quantity, other than like literally like a nation picking up the bag, we are going to go so far into the ice age so fast that you won't even be able to say, Vosk, save me, Vosk. I can't. We're all doomed. By the way, some of the news from today is from Alpha Pack. Check them out. If you want a bunch of news jammed into your inbox, no affiliation. Nervos Network CKB is a multi-layer cryptocurrency platform blockchain. And their layer 1 is committed to proof of work. Yeah, mining. That's a beautiful thing. Something that Bitcoin has always been committed to. And that's, in my opinion, the main reason that it's a $1 trillion asset. You can't just print Bitcoin out of thin air, like skeptics would like you to believe. It has a true cost, an energy cost, unlike fiat currency, especially in this digital era. And I'd like to give you a heads up on CKB Catalyst, which we are proudly participating in. Neon is leading Nervos' community catalyst. And what this is an opportunity to get involved with CKB. Have you ever wanted to build a dApp? Have you ever wanted to get involved with a project? This is an opportunity for not only exposure, help, engagement, but potentially financial incentives there. And beyond going to them with a proposal and things like that, they also have a bounty board. And don't think that you have to be a developer or even a content creator to get involved here. For example, they're holding a meetup at Mining Disrupt, and they've been looking for participation and support and representation, basically BD, business development and networking, for their project there. People are quick to complain about everything, just in general, but why don't you make a difference? Why don't you get involved? Why don't you make this project better? Why don't you help this be or contribute towards maybe things that you like or you want to see more of in the crypto sector? I'm in, and I'm rooting for CKB. And I put my money where my mouth is. I'm running 15 full-size, top-of-the-line CKB miners. China Renaissance in talks to raise $600 million for U.S.-listed BNB treasury vehicle. What does that even mean? Based in Beijing but listed in Hong Kong Stock Exchange, the Chinese investment bank previously allocated $100 million to a BNB treasury strategy. Wow, we're starting to see that kind of stuff more and more. You're in the right coin at the right time, and then they get a treasury behind them with hundreds of millions of dollars of investment. Well, congratulations. You probably just retired your whole lineage if you had enough in. And did the right thing at the right time. And your buy was good. And you were able to take profit. So many pieces to the puzzle. I hope that you can fit them all together. Canaan is launching a 2.5 megawatt Bitcoin mining pilot in Canada to tap stranded gas. In this era of Bitcoin mining, it's really not that big. But I love to see Bitcoin mining operations that operate off-grid, that utilize a unique advantage that also is multi-purpose, multi-valued, right? So this stranded natural gas for electricity, right? You're basically over here using stuff that may be vented into the atmosphere anyway, right? So why not actually use it? Don't know the whole full situation with that. That's a little bit of a assumption there, but integrating localized natural gas generation with their modular computer systems, they say that they are transforming previously wasted resources into productive energy. So I'm assuming best case scenario there. They continue to expand their hash rate. They are running more and more miners. They're making their own miners, of course, as always. And we'll see. I don't have any Canaan stock. I used to have a little bit, and it's really undervalued, potentially compared to what they're doing. And I just couldn't tell you why their stock is just always like such a poor performer. but maybe they're finally pulling it together. Maybe they're finally making the right moves that it's going to take off, or maybe it'll continue to be one of the, to be frank, and I don't mean to sound mean, one of the worst performing Bitcoin mining stocks in history compared to the other ones. Maybe I need to sit here all day and really dig through all the financials and really kind of put the pieces together. But, at a glance, they seem undervalued. But I look at BitDeer, and they've been on the rise big time, and I buy some of that, and then I'm already up $4 a share. So sometimes it's just about the company, the momentum, and the narrative. And, I mean, it can be easy money. We were talking about Iris Energy at $5 a share. It's trading over $70 a share now. That is crazy. Proud owner of that one. Speaking of Bitcoin mining, if you want to buy some of your own Bitcoin miners, check out Coin Mining Central. I'll link them out in the video description below, but they can help you buy Bitcoin miners and any other kind of ASIC, mining rig, and some mining hardware and some other stuff, including mini miners. So check them out. I'm an affiliate, and we have a coupon code VoskCoin to save some coin. Doesn't work on everything they have, but it works on some things. I'm Vosk. This is 10 Seconds Tales. We close this video in absolute style. Appreciate you. Good luck. Have fun. Goodbye.